Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a really important and often misunderstood topic that could have huge implications for your future and your family's financial security. The idea of handing over the deeds of your house to your children, typically with the aim of either avoiding care home fees or maybe inheritance tax. Now, on the surface, it sounds like a clever idea, doesn't it? Give the house to the kids and then it's out of your estate and you could save a fortune down the line. But I'm here to tell you that while the intention may be good, the reality can be fraught with very serious and sometimes devastating risks. And these aren't just minor hiccups. They could mean you lose control of your home or even lose your home entirely. So let's break down why this seemingly smart move can be a very dangerous gamble. So the first thing we'll talk about is the deprivation of assets trap. First up, care home fees. Many people across the UK worry about the soaring costs of long-term care. The thought is, if you give away your house, a local authority can't count it when assessing your ability to pay care, right? Wrong. Now, this is where the deprivation of asset rule comes in. If the local authority believes you may have deliberately given away your home to avoid care fees, they can still include the value of that property in their financial assessments. And they can do this retrospectively, looking back many years. Typically, if you transfer the asset within 7 years of needing care, it's a very high risk, even if it's outside the 7-year window, though. If the investigation shows the primary intention was to avoid care fees, they can still challenge it. This means you end up needing care with no house, no funds to pay for it. A truly awful situation. So next, let's look at inheritance tax. Similar to care fees, gifting your home with the sole aim of avoiding inheritance tax also comes with a significant catch. The 7-year rule again. If you gift your property and then pass away within 7 years, its value will still be considered part of your estate for inheritance tax purposes. It's called a potentially exempt transfer or a PET. If you survive those 7 years, then yes, it's generally out of your estate for IHT, but that's a long time to wait and there's no guarantees in life. Plus, during those 7 years, if you continue to live in the house without paying a market rent to your children, it could be classed as a gift with reservation of benefit and still included in your estate, no matter how long ago you made the transfer. Now, once you transfer those deeds, it's no longer your house. You no longer legally own it. This means you can't sell it without each other's consent. Now, what if you change your mind? What if you want to downsize or you need to release equity for your own needs? You're at the mercy of your children. You can't borrow against it. No more equity release to fund your retirement or expect unexpected expenses. Your children could ask you to leave. Now, while hopefully that's unthinkable for most families, legally they could. It's their house. Now, the fourth pitfall I want to talk about is your children's lives could become your risks. In other words, your children's problems are your problems. And this is perhaps the most overlooked and most dangerous pitfall. When your children own your home, their financial and their personal problems become your problems. So let's talk first about divorce settlements. Now, imagine your child goes through a nasty divorce. Their estranged spouse could lay claim to a share of your former home as part of the divorce settlement. This happens even if it's the parent's home initially. And the second one is bankruptcy. Say your child has got a business and it starts to run into trouble. Guess what? Your former home is an asset that they own and it could be seized and sold to pay off creditors. Debt. If your child gets into significant debt, creditors could come after the property that you live in to recover what they're owed. Now, what about children dying before you do? The property would then form part of their estate and would pass accordingly to their will or intestacy rules if they don't have one. This might mean it goes to a son-in-law or a daughter-in-law or a grandchild rather than going back to you or another sibling. Suddenly, your carefully planned strategy to protect your home has put it directly in the firing line of situations that are completely beyond your control. Now, Pitfall 5 is family disputes and unforeseen circumstances. Sadly, family dynamics can change. What if your relationship with your child sours? What if one child is given the house, the other sibling feels unfairly treated, leading to bitter disputes? These gifts can sometimes create more problems than they solve and can strain family relationships. So, what can we do? Now, this isn't to say that there aren't legitimate ways to plan for your future and mitigate care home fees or inheritance tax. There are, but they're complex and they require careful professional advice. So we're talking trusts here. So setting up a property in trust can be a viable option for some, and it can offer a degree of protection and control. But again, this needs expert legal advice. And there's also wills and estate planning. A well-drafted will and a comprehensive estate plan are essential for everyone, regardless of property ownership. So my advice is to speak to an independent financial advisor who specializes in later life planning. They can explore all your options and help you understand the long-term implications. Now, also, always consult with a solicitor who specializes in property law and elder law before you make any decisions about transferring a home. They can advise you on the specific rules and the potential pitfalls in your local area. So the bottom line is this: your home is likely your biggest asset and your greatest security. Don't risk losing it or creating unforeseen problems for yourself and your children by trying to navigate these complex legal financial waters alone. The supposed savings often come with incredibly high and often hidden risks. Now, I hope this video has given you some food for thought. And if you did find it helpful, then please share it with someone else who might also benefit from watching it. And if you or somebody you know is looking at retiring in the next 12 months or so, then don't forget to check out my course. It's all about the final run-in to your retirement and how to make it a success. Links in the description. Thanks, guys.